Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, guys, we're going to go step by step on how to get contracts. So, assuming you guys already established your business and you're ready to go and get out there and start earning those contracts, making money, and growing your business. So, congratulations on that, and let's get into it. So, step one, guys, is very simple. You're going to go out, you're going to find properties, you're going to, God willing, make sure it's in a close area to where you live, so that you can always know that you're going to be on time and that you can staff it in your general area a lot easier and respond if they need assistance on that specific property. Once you find that property, guys, step two is going to be taking pictures, video, going, overnight to see what's going on the property. Is there homeless people? Is there drug use? Is there drug dealings? Whatever the case may be, guys, that will be your second step. And this step is important because most of the time, guys, they're going to say, well, we don't have issues. We don't have problems on our property. They don't know because they don't go there, especially in the times where bad things happen. So it's important you guys collect that evidence, hire a private investigation company if you have the money, if you want. But ultimately, guys, you want to use that evidence to back up why you're approaching them. This helps put them in a shock and awe, and it makes it a little bit easier for them to listen because you're introducing yourself, and in that step we're about to get into. But a lot of times they'll just hang up on you if you just call them up and say, hey, I'm so and so, whatever security company. Step three, guys, you're going to have to do some research. You're going to have to find out who owns the complex, who owns the security company. For instance, as you can tell, I'm at a 7-Eleven behind me. I just got some gas in the vehicle. And if I wanted to pitch a mobile patrol site or something to this property, let's say it's in a bad area, they always got robbed, or issues or loitering or whatever the case is. You want to approach them. You can go inside and you can ask them, ask employees, who owns this property? Do you own it? Do you rent it, lease it, whatever the case is? They may be able to tell you, but a lot of times you have to go online, research the address, find out who owns it, and see if there's a management company contact that you can get their information. Once you do that, guys, half that battle is pretty much won on your end of being out and physically doing something outside. The next step, which is going to be step 4, is making contact. So you got all the information, you know who to talk to, whatever the case is, who the management company is. You want to make contact by phone and email. Try to do both at the same time. Send them an email and then give them an hour. With no response, give them a call. In that email, you're going to want to say who you are, who you're with, the reason for you contacting them, and attach that evidence. Attach those pictures, attach the video, whatever the case is, attach it to that email. And, make it sound professional, obviously, when you're creating this email, so that when you call them, which be the second part of step 4, is say, hey, this is, in my case, Damien with Delta Security. I did send an email about an hour ago, and I wanted to give a phone call and follow up on it to explain that, who I am, introduce myself, and these are the issues that we're finding on your property in our area, and that it's becoming, where even when you go to this place and go shopping at night, or your wife, it gets a little bit scary because you got homeless people, you got drug addicts, whatever the case is. And say, we're a local business and we want to see if we can help you, tackle this problem that you're having on your properties. Hopefully by them at that point saying, well, you sent us an email with proof, let me take a look at it, and they see it, hopefully that will entice them to listen to you. Sometimes I've called places and they've just hung up the phone. I've called places not interested. We have somebody, knowing that they don't have anybody. That's always an issue. They just don't have the money or funds in their budget for that year to have security. So there's no amount of research that's going to tell you that. It's just trial and error. So definitely, guys, be diligent, take your pictures, get the right information, and have that sales pitch where they're going to listen to you. Step 5, guys, at this point would be on the same phone call, or maybe even another phone call. Maybe they transfer you to another person, point of contact on who's making those decisions, or whatever the case may be. You're going to want to recap everything with them, if that's the case, and then try to close it where that phone call, you're asking, hey, is it all right if I go ahead and send you this proposal over to you? It'll have our rates in there. It'll have, our recommendations of what we can do to make sure that your property is secure, safe, and we get rid of the issues. And in my case, guys, adding in even a few-year plan, whether it's a 2-year or 3-year plan, have it in steps. To where they're going to say, well, dang, I'm going to have security forever. Have it in steps where they're still going to have you, maybe not as much, you're not making as much money down the road, but you have a long-term contract and a long-term goal. You're just not stagnant, and they're thinking, well, we have this security company and they're doing the same thing every day. Give it a plan. So, for instance, year 1, 12 months with 8-hour patrols during this time and this time, or 8-hour patrol with an officer on post at, this time to this time, will deter the activity. And after that 1 year, we'll take it from that static post to a mobile post. What we'll do then is keep it at 8 hours. We'll lessen the amount that you're paying monthly by X amount of dollars, or whatever the case is. And then we'll do that for 1 more year. After that, we'll put it 50% on the 3rd year, to where we're doing 5 patrols versus 10 patrols a night, or whatever the case is. And you're making less, yes, but you're, at that point, year 3, you've got your money's worth out of it. You've done a good job. They like you. You've established a relationship with these people. And that year 3 is going to be your continuing contract. That's where you're still making good money, but you turned it into a full mobile patrol account versus a static in the beginning or a static mobile in the beginning, to a full-time patrol site with X amount of stops, to now a half-time patrol site with X amount of stops for less money, but a continuing contract. So year 3 to year 10, for instance, would be that patrol, that 5 stops versus 10, for instance. What that's going to do is kind of give them a timeline of how long they're going to keep you. It's going to ensure that, in their minds at least, that, okay, well, 5 years, 10 years down the road, we're paying them less and they're still doing a good job. So let's just continue it. Step 6, guys, apart from adding all that in the proposal, explaining that to them, is sending over an agreement or a contract, or, whatever terminology you want to use in that case. Having the COI, which is a certificate of insurance, attached to the same email, along with that proposal that you already sent, and any other information as far as vehicle information that's going to be on property, whatever else they're requesting. So keep that in mind, guys. When you're sending that last email, that's going to be where you want to set a date and get ready to hire or work it until you hire somebody and train them. After that, once you guys get that contract signed, you're ready to start working. You go a month working it, you learn the property, you start making a difference on that property, and you have someone apply, and you bring them on board. You want to train them as good as you are, because that's what they're expecting, right? Especially for us owners that work these properties, you want them to be pretty close to you, if not better, and have those expectations for your employees. That is what's going to keep that contract, and make sure that you guys have a supervisor or yourself checking on them at night. Even though you're not working it, don't take a break. Go and check on them every night, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes, 1 to 3 times a night. Make sure they're not sleeping, make sure they're there. And also add in, your softwares to these programs, your proposals, whatever software reporting system. In our case, ours has GPS tracking, so that makes clients feel more comfortable. So all these little things adding in there is going to be what helps you sell this contract. And then at that point, guys, you got someone hired up, you got someone trained, you're checking on them, everything's good. Go to the next contract, next property. Repeat these steps, and eventually you'll start growing. I've been in this already 2 years, guys, and I was lucky enough to get 2 contracts. And within those 2 years, I worked this property, a lot of it. Then we hired guys. They didn't turn out to be good. Some quit. Most of them got fired. Until we got a new, just this past few months, we got one really good guy that came on board. And I believe it was over a year ago, we got another officer who's done an amazing job. Apart from one incident, which, obviously he's still around for. We coached him through it, helped him out. We listened and understand why he messed up. And it turned out that he's one of our best employees as well. So it took a while, guys. So keep that in mind. It may go slowly, but eventually you'll get there to where you can move on and get another contract. But that's it for this one, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you'd like to add to these steps, please leave it in the comments down below. Thank you for joining us and watching to the end. God bless, take care, and watch your 6.